Let's talk used trucks. I know on this channel we do a lot of reviews on new vehicles, new trucks, new SUVs, but you may be one of the consumers that talks to me in the comments and wants to know what the best used truck is for the price point. What are you trying to save some money, not spend $60,000 in a half ton truck, but still get maybe a capable truck for a lesser dollar amount? And so the story is over on pickuptrucktalk.com. I blew it up for you guys. I really hit the zoom button, but I want to talk about used truck pricing and why it's dropped by the thousands and about the Ram 1500 Classic. Interesting stuff. Hey, it's Tim, Pick a Truck Plus SUV Talk, and make sure you subscribe, stick around. It's a good time on this channel. So, well, I wrote this story a couple days ago, and what we're looking at here is we're looking at a study by my friends now over at iccars.com. I say friends because I run a lot of their studies because I find the information pretty interesting. I think it's valuable to consumers like you who may be looking. Let's see, again, don't take the big hit from buying a new truck. Go buy a used truck and save the money, but still get some of the newer features, right? So the things you want in a truck, and maybe you don't want. You want the smaller screen. You do want just the basic stuff. So look at the study. They looked at more than 1.8 million sales of 1 to 5 year old car sales, right? So overall sales data from February 2023 through February 2024. If you don't know about these guys, iccars.com is basically a cars.com kind of competitor. They list vehicles, they do studies. I just find information pretty interesting, so I love doing their stories, just because I think it's again valuable information to make you an informed consumer, which is the goal of this channel: inform consumers. Okay, so we'll go past the Tide commercials. We'll go. So, according to the study, they compared the average prices of cars by segment, by brand, and model. The analysis showed a general softening of used car prices overall. It looks like inflation hasn't impacted used truck prices as one would expect. One place in the market that things might be getting cheaper. It's just, I know it's crazy. So let's look at the study, and I kind of blew it up, like I said. The first, we do rank of models, we do average price, we do year over year price difference, and year over year percentage price difference. And I'll put a link to the story in the description, and I'll pin it to the top of the comments. You can kind of peruse this at your desire. Yeah. So looking at the top line, we have the Ram 1500 Classic. Now this one has dropped $3,000 year over year. So there's a couple ways to look at this. This thing leads the way, right? So two ways to look at this is that if you're buying a new Ram Classic, which we'll talk about here in a minute, you're going to take a hit on the resale value. The resale value is dropping dramatically. However, as we discussed in the opening, if you bought this truck used, you might be able to find a pretty good bargain for a truck that's pretty capable, right? So the Ram Classic, if you don't know, Ram Classic was the prior generation of Ram trucks that they keep selling. Chevy's done this in the past. They call it the LT model or what? Not LT, but Chevrolet's done this in the past as well. Sorry, I'm not thinking of the right term. Early morning here on a Saturday, talking or Sunday. Sunday. Wow. Let's talk about the Ram 1500 Classic. So let's talk two versions: Tradesman and Warlock. Tradesman is your basic work truck. Warlock is a more off-road looking one. Got different grill, different tires. Looks more cool. You got a Warlock badge in the back. It's kind of a cool deal. So if you were to build and price things out, 4x4 quad cab or 4x4 crew cab, $50,000, right? Something in that range. Considering the new tradesmen and warlocks and things are getting closer to $60,000 range. Hell, Bighorn now is 72. This is where the value is. So if you go ahead and build this, I just want to show off some of the details on this. This is the prior generation look. This has got the Rebel kind of front end to it, if you know Ram trucks at all. It's got, we'll rotate around. We have crew cab, 5'7" bed, which is the most popular configuration that people buy. Some different paint colors. If you're going to buy this new, there's a low volume exterior colors. Interesting. So you can get the fancier colors, mirrors, design, and then what I wanted to look at is interior. So this has got the smaller screen interior. If you remember, if you watch the new truck stories I've done with a big interior, now the big screen, less knobs and buttons. There's been pushback over the years. People still want some knobs and buttons. People want more technology. So we have different customers, different needs. This one's kind of a throwback. It's got big knobs and buttons. Easy, looks familiar to a lot of customers who've had older trucks. And my terms, older trucks, a year or 2 years old. This is what the trucks are right now in the used truck market, and that's great. They still work really well, and the screen is fine. So you can get Uconnect, you can get Apple CarPlay, I believe, as I read this right. You can get Alpine speakers, you can get storage bins, you can get all these different features on this truck, different packages. Now, this is, again, you have to look around on cars.com or iccars.com and search for used trucks and find this one. This does come in a 3.6 liter or the 5.7 liter V8 Hemi. That Hemi has been discontinued in the 2025 model year. So if you want the Hemi without turbos, this is a great option for you. The 8-speed transmission has been pretty reliable in the last couple of years. If you haven't been following Ram information for a while, they had built some really unreliable trucks for years. And then over the last couple of years, they've really improved reliability in the different ranking systems I use. Car complaints, NHTSA.gov, consumerreports.org. They've really improved the quality. They're getting some awards. Even JD Power gave them an award for better quality. So they're making some big improvements in quality. And it's basically because of this. This is an older truck generation. This has been all the bugs worked out. It's been out there for many, many years now. So you can presumably still build one. I think the model year changed over in 2025, starting in February, started production of that. So you're still gonna have to look for the used market. So go look for a used Ram 1500 Classic and the Warlocker Tradesman if you're looking for a good value for a low price point. So the second one on the list is Ford Ranger. This has dropped 8.4% year-over-year price difference. So you can go buy the older Ford Ranger. And I'll pull this up because the new Ford Ranger I just got done driving a couple days ago, and videos coming out this week on the driving impressions of the Ford Ranger. And so you can still find, if you're looking for the Ford Ranger, you can still find the older Ford Ranger out there. This one is 2024 model year. So we have some powertrain have been changed, carried over. New interior, new exterior design, looks like F-150. We have the Ranger Raptor, which is another option in that market. So if you're looking for a more inexpensive midsize truck, go to the prior generation of the 2023 model year. You'll find a little bit different grille, a little bit different interior, not as fancy as 2024 model year is, but powertrains are carried over. So that's it, value there. Ram 1500, really no surprise here. This is also on a list, looking at $2,800 and year-over-year price difference dropping, price difference there. And the reason for that is really it comes down to there's a new 2025 Ram 1500 coming out and a new 2024 Ford Ranger. So whenever the new model year comes out, you'll see dealership lots will start putting discounts on things. They'll blow out the inventory. The manufacturer will offer more incentives, and the model year changeover. Imagine it's like going to Walmart, and all of a sudden, the stuff that was in electronics, the TVs, went to the clearance section because new TV came out, and the new older TV, still a good TV, but now is on clearance. That's what happens all the time. You'll see dealership lots will get fuller because the manufacturers can push out the rest of production, and that's just the way the market works. That's how car markets work for years. Honda Ridgeline comes in number 4. This is kind of interesting. It's only dropped $1,600, just above the truck average. And really, there's nothing really new with the Honda Ridgeline. They have a more of an off-road version of it now, the HPD version of that truck. But there's not much new. So I would say if you're going to buy the used version of Honda Ridgeline, you're fine. Used versus new, not a big deal. Number 5, the Toyota Tacoma, which is interesting. The Tacoma is always known to be a very high resale value midsize truck. In this case, we're only down $873. There is a new Toyota Tacoma on the market now. People are buying it. You see videos on YouTube. My friend TRD John bought one. He's modifying it. TFL Trucks got one. They're doing stuff with it. So you're seeing the new one come out, which is pushing down the used price a little bit, but not as bad as the Ram has pushed on the new price, because the Ram is really radically different. The Tacoma is different. People still like the prior generation. And new Tacoma is turbocharged only, which, again, the prior generation has naturally aspirated engine, which gets people thinking, man, I don't want the turbos. It's always a concern. Chevy Silverado 1500 is going to come down a little bit in price. And I want to go back one time. Turbos are still, people still have the belief turbos are unreliable. We're not seeing that in the data. I haven't seen that reliability reports. I haven't seen the data show that, but that's why I say that way. If you're not paying attention to the truck market, that's why I say it that way. Chevy Silverado dropped a little bit. Nothing really new in 2024. The diesel now is a little bit different diesel. I think that changed 2023 model year. So there's not many very changes. So you're seeing it kind of hold the line a little bit in pricing. The Toyota Tundra is down $948. And this is going to be new and used. The new one's been out for a couple of years now. So we're starting to see some data from the new one come in. And so I can't wait to see more about it, because the new one, the 2022 model year, is dramatically different than the prior generation. No V8, turbo only. Some interesting design things they've done. And we've seen some weird quality issues with that Tundra as well. So I'm seeing that hold its line there a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised that drops a little more, just because, again, we're so many different changes, and I'm waiting to see the marketplace, how they adapt to all these changes. Nissan Titan comes in 8th. This is one of the unsung heroes of the full-size truck market. It's got a V8 in it. It's got a pretty decent interior. It looks pretty good. It's very capable, but they didn't sell many of them. The volume wasn't there. Dealerships didn't really push them out. So you have this truck that a lot of people just like because it's an inexpensive V8 powered truck, four-wheel drive. And so you're seeing the price there drop a little bit. It should be dropping probably a little bit more because the Nissan Titan is dead. They're not building that truck anymore. It's over. But if you can find one out there, you're going to find again a very capable V8 powered full size truck, crew cab, good looking interior. I mean, interior works pretty well. V8. I mean, I've had my little criticisms of it, but it's very small criticisms, very based on what it's capable of doing. Nissan Titan XD. This is the one that came in either the Cummins diesel or the gas. Basically, it's a heavy duty half, a little more capability than the Nissan Titan. Rides a little bit differently. The Nissan Titan a little bit harsher ride. The Cummins has been not holding up that's name of Cummins. Usually, Cummins the name has better resale value. That one doesn't seem like the Cummins is doing as well. And the gas, it just doesn't seem like it really took off. And that one's been discontinued as well. Ford F50, it comes in number 10. Interestingly enough, a new F-150 is coming out, but UAW strike that impacted Ford and GM and Stellantis really impacted Ford. Ford's behind getting the Ranger out, they're behind getting the F-150 out, and so I think we're going to see the study next year will show more changes with a new model year Ford F-150 out there. But you're looking for the Ford. The powertrains are all carried over. They have a new tailgate. They've offered the Power Boost in more varieties, and they have a new higher trim level, Platinum Plus, I think they call it. So really not much changes there. So if you're looking for a used Ford F-150, don't be surprised. There's not many changes on the market for the new one, so you're not really losing anything. GMC Sierra 1500 comes in 11th. Again, I think the big news for them and the Chevy Silverado 1500 was the off-road packages, the ZR2 AT4X in those models. But for the base truck, the base volume sellers, there's not that much changing that has changed. Excuse me, model year 24, 23 in that realm. So we're looking for a used truck. The GMC Sierra is a really good bet. There's not that many changes with it, and so I think you'll find some pretty good value out there looking around. Trucks that have actually improved or actually gone up in year-over-year price difference. The Chevy Colorado, and that has gone up $233. Now that there's a new Colorado in the marketplace that came out last spring, and we're seeing a lot of customers that are starting to customers are buying and selling early. You buy the truck, you don't really like it, or whatever happens with that truck. So we're seeing that market holding steady at that price point, which again I would expect to happen. GMC Canyon, same deal, has been out for a little while. Nissan Frontier has been out for a little while. So you can see that they're holding the pricing because we haven't had the big changeover impact of the new versus used. We've had these trucks in the market for a while. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future years because, again, Chevy Colorado and GMC Canyon both have turbocharged engines. The one that's holding its line in the mid-size trucks with a year-over-year price difference of actually increasing and holding its resale value, Nissan Frontier, that has a naturally aspirated V6. This is the battle between turbos and naturally aspirated. Consumers are skeptical of turbos, and so you're seeing this happen in the resale market. I'm talking to consumer. I've owned turbos. I've interviewed engineers who've designed turbocharged engines. I get it. There's still a lot of concern about these. I haven't had any problems myself. I know criticism for me is I don't keep it long enough. I totally get it. But we're seeing that Nissan Frontier hold its line. And the thing is, the Nissan Frontier, if you look at it, it looks like the Toyota Tacoma. It has a similar exterior look to it. Naturally aspirated V6. 44X is a pretty decent off-road package. So yeah, I think there's a lot of value there. If you're looking for a used mid-size truck, Nissan Frontier may be where it's at. Because again, the Colorado, Canyon, the Tacoma, and Ford Ranger are all brand new. And so, you're still looking at this truck that's been out. Nissan Frontier's been out for a while and hasn't had that many changes. So it's going to hold its value pretty good if you're buying it for resale value as a used truck, because that's always should be a concern. Or if you're looking for a used truck, it's still a pretty comparable, competitive truck, even though it kind of led the way early with changes, and the other ones have kind of caught up. Hope that makes sense. Makes sense in my head. Maybe it makes sense in your head. So hey, for more check videos over here, there. I'll put the website link down below as well to that story, so you can go and go through the details there too. We have links in that story to reviews and other comparison pieces, so check them out over there on the website. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.